Hello and welcome back to another Space Engineers showcase video. In today's video, we're looking at another world, and it does come with an optional blueprint in case you don't want to have it in a separate save, but rather spawn it into your own world to play around with. This is the AI Earthlight player Outpost, which is this lovely stuff over here. So this is quite a large base where its sole purpose was for the creator Allied Armor to take fancy screenshots of their ships. But you could, if you really wanted to, connect everything up, which it currently isn't right now. The hydrogen tanks over here have those conveyor pipes which are currently going nowhere, but you could take the time, connect everything up, make sure it's all properly working, then use this as an alternative start for survival mode. And if I was to press F10 and find the blueprint version in the spawn menu, there it is. The blueprint version is 5,757 large blocks, using pretty much all the DLC packs. See, there's some useful information where turrets have been added, and everything is connected up with conveyors, so if you wanted to be lazy, you can use this version because it's all ready to go in survival mode. So I've already given this thing a thumbs up. We'll come all the way over to here. Where do I start with this thing? I think we're going to start all the way over at this small little landing pad right here. So what we've got right here is a large-ish landing pad. It's the second large landing pad on this base, which is just enough for a biggest ship come and dock up. This is the Albatross, which I use quite a lot. In fact, I bullied this ship quite a lot in most of my videos, and that is the size comparison. So you can see the pad there is just a little bit smaller than the ship, but it could still land down there and be fully functional. If we were just to walk all the way around over to here, we've got a lovely piece of decoration where we've got some railings coming across over to this section right here, where it has like little cigarette butts just sticking out the top there. If we were to walk all the way around it like so, that's what we get. Then over to here we've got ourselves a curved shaped block with a grate in front of it for some additional decoration. If we were to look all the way down, that's all that is. If we then were to come all the way across over to here, and I think it's starting to get a little foggy on this planet, we'll let the weather go through because it does make it a lot more atmospheric. Look at that, very nice stuff. Anyway, all the way over to the opposite side past these lights, we then got some cylindrical columns that come all the way across over to this section where we've got a bunch of warfare batteries. On top of the warfare batteries, again, we've got some more railings or even catwalks with railings. So you could stand over here, you could direct the ships coming in, help them out, or even just put them off and hope they crash. Come over to here, we've got ourselves a fake little radio tower made out of a bunch of unfinished blocks. So look at that. Very nice stuff. We've got a ladder going all the way up the middle, all the way towards the top there. So you can do some repair work if it ever took damage. And you could, if you want to, go and find a decoy and slap it on top there. And now you've got a lovely anti-lightning bolt. So we just go get rid of that light on top. There's the decoy, and that should protect the station from the oncoming storm. If you were to come all the way down to the bottom here and look all the way around, we can then fly all the way up to this ladder, all the way up to the top there. Now we can access the battery at the top there, and we do have a sneaky little cargo crate, put some illicit goods inside. Anyway, dropping all the way back down to here. Down we go there. Fog's getting a little bit worse, but we'll just ignore that for the moment. We now come over to this section right here, which is a very diddy little landing pad. We've got lovely yellow stairs that come all the way up, all the way around to here, and this is what we get. So we've got some neon tubes going around the side to light it up in the dark, a white light in the middle that you can set to flash, and over here we've got a busing control station for you to set up any kind of lights on here if you wanted to. If I was to bring the free camera all the way over and we get a better look at this one, that's what it looks like from the very top there. So we've got hazard lights on this side, we've got red lights as well right next to them. Then around towards the bottom here, we can see some unfinished blocks, and then some steel blocks in the middle there for some support into the ground. Grabbing hold of my character, once again, we now come across this lovely little path all the way across to here, past our warfare batteries, and we come across to some of the main buildings. So that's what we get over there. We see some fantastic use of our hazard skin, a bunch of beam blocks and the pipe conveyors. We've got some LCD screens with some advertisements on there, and some more great detail. We can see a large cargo container because we will use this as a storage post. So we'll just come up to here first of all the way inside, and we'll see a second large cargo container on the opposite side. In the middle, we've got an O2H2 generator, so we can use this to manually dump off any ice we find. Then looking up and around, some fantastic use of our catwalks, some more beam blocks and light setup. And that's what we get on the opposite side when we see the rest of the outpost. Turning around and coming all the way over to here, so this is the O2H2 generator. We can also take a sneaky look inside, where we do have a industrial assembler in case we need it, but we don't have a refinery, but we should have a survival kit on here. There it is. So we can do a light bit of refining, and we've got an assembler to build any bits and bobs we need. If we were to jetpack and come up to this sneaky little area, we see our conveyor pipes coming across from the top where we've got ourselves a connector, because there is a landing pad right above us. But we can also do some lovely maintenance work on these cargo containers and any steel blocks so they took damage in combat. Then we come all the way up to here and just funnel our character right into this section, and we've got ourselves a little hidey hole, so if someone is coming to raid your base, you can just cower up here. Anyway, coming all the way out of here and returning back to where I was, down to this section. There's not too much else to talk about, it's just a lovely little area. We can now walk all the way across over to this section, which is like a little habitat for you to go maybe spend a couple of nights in before you move on to your next adventure. Got another LCD screen at the top there, some more great use of our neon tubes, some more great use of our beam blocks, and that's what we get where it connects up. We will go around the outside after we go through the interior of this one. I'll just pan the camera all the way around for you. Anyway, all the way up the steps, opening up this doorway, inside, this is what we get. So we see some nice use of our window blocks that go further into the station. We've got a survival kit to respawn on, and this is where we can dump any kind of resources in if we need to. A cargo access right here. See a battery access in case we want to set it to auto or recharge. Coming all the way through to here, we then got some armor lockers, we've got some decorative shelves, then we've got some steps that go all the way up, or we can come through this doorway, which will take us to a small little living quarters. We've got some seats to sit on, a window to peer outside at our hydrogen tanks, some beds to sleep on. There's a little desk where we do a bit of work on there, then around the corner we've got ourselves a toilet and another locker. If we were to come out of that and move up the steps, we've got some cargo crates here to store a few bits and bobs inside. All around over here we've then got our kitchen bay, we've got a table to eat our food, a kitchen area to cook our foods. There is our little desk part, we've got our clan colas and our coffee. I think it's cosmic coffee, let's get a closer look at that one. Yeah, that's cosmic coffee. And then all the way over here we've got another little desk for you to eat food on. Another fantastic viewing port where we can see some solar panels for some renewable power. And there's the shadow of a wind turbine sitting on top. All the way through here and around, this is where your chef will cook the food for you. There's a vending machine in case you want to order a drink. In fact, we can go and get some clan cola right there. There we go, just dump it all out onto the ground and I'll collect all of these. Moving through this section, we come past a lone interior light to a small little office section where we once again got a toilet and shower setup. Then got an access panel right here for you to control different things on the station. And there's another window to give you a cylindrical column with some neon tubes attached onto it. Yes, that's pretty much it for this little station section, so I'll bring the free camera all the way over and we'll get a better look. So that's the area we walk past first of all before the beam blocks and the conveyor pipes. There we go. Then turning off my light and come around towards the very back, that's the rear of the station where we can see the cargo container out the side. Then we've got to come all the way up and down, that is a extra landing pad with a connector in the middle. Then we can see there is a little ramp where if we were to drop my character right here, can walk down the ramp, and this is my only complaint about the station is, you can walk down this section, it wants you to come all the way past, but there's no way to get down to the ground. So you might want to remove one of these railings on the side here, add in a ladder, otherwise you're going to be a little bit stuck. Anyway, back into the free camera, that's what that looks like. Coming all the way around to this side. There we go. Then we were to come over to this section where we are currently in, that's the steps going up, that's the windows on the side there, and all the way around onto this section. There we go, some fantastic detail and some great use of the hazard skin block. Then all the way up, there is our wind turbine where we saw the shadow. We can see some modules on top. There's the walkway where we just were, some solar panels for some renewable power, a laser antenna, a regular antenna, and we'll just drop down to here because we did miss out this section. There we go. And just for a sneaky little look, we'll just drop down under the ground there, so that is connected up like so. But yes, as I was saying earlier, the hydrogen tanks right here don't go anywhere, so you could always connect that up if you wanted to. Coming back into my character, let's continue on with this little tour. Little tour, it's quite a big tour actually. Go and drop ourselves down here, then we can come past this billboard, where we once again got a rotating LCD screen. Got some more great use of our hazard skin blocks, more great use of our catwalks, and some fantastic use of our neon tubes that come across onto some lights that act up as little lights that sit above proper billboards. And there we go, we can walk all the way up to here, we can wash this if you ever got dirty from a sandstorm, all around towards the back of this thing. A lovely simple billboard. Then we come across over to this where we've got two more hydrogen tanks and some more steps come all the way up. Some more cargo crates to store a few bits and bobs inside, and all the way over here a button panel which is currently not set up for anything. We continue on all the way up to here. We've got another very tiny landing pad. Well, I suppose it would be a cargo ship. Could fly all the way over here, recharge itself with the hydrogen in that tank, and then go on its merry voyage. Bring the free camera all the way over to this section, so that is billboard from a distance. And here is the hydrogen section where I'm currently standing. Come all the way around onto the side, then all the way around onto this section, then dropping the camera all the way down. We see how that's all been connected up. So instead of bringing my character all the way over, we just use the free camera for the moment. So this is our very large antenna, or even radio tower, whatever you want to call it. We've got some fantastic use of our hinges that have wheels that come all the way up, acting as those support struts, go all the way up to the very top, where we've got some railings that then come all the way up and above here, some fantastic use of our rounded blocks. We come all the way up to this section, and all the way up to here, then up to the very top, where once again we could put some decoys on top of there, if you want to be extra safe from any lightning. And there we go. And if I was to drop my character right here, we get a fantastic view all the way around. We can see everything approaching the station, friendly or allied or even just neutral. And we can just do a leap of faith all the way down. That actually makes my heart sink doing that. That's a bit odd. Anyway, we'll just come and leave that radio tower, which is a bloody fantastic design. So next up, we've done that section. It's time to come all the way over to here. We've got some more great use of our catwalks and our railings. So this is a small little cargo hold. We can put a few bits and bobs inside, or even it looks like you could put a wild animal in here and have that transported to, I don't know, like a nature preserve or whatever. Turning around over to this section, we then got a bunch of batteries, and we've got some more interior pillars with a light on top. Take a closer look inside here, and yes, there we go. Next, we can come up over to this, where we've got another billboard, which is basically identical to the one we just saw all the way over to there. And then we come over to this section. We've got another interior base to go and explore. So all the way over to here, we can walk up these concrete blocks. We've got some more cargo crates, more great use of our railings. We can see some batteries up there. And it looks like a little cargo chute. We can put some stuff up there. Another interior pillar with a light on top. And we've got some stairs where we can go all the way up. Once again, I'll bring the free camera around once we've gone through the interior. That's what we get. All the way around to here, we get a good view at the landing pad over there at the base we just were. And of course the pillar in the distance. All the way up and opening door on the inside, this is what we get. More luxurious than the other areas that we've seen. We've got a sofa to sit on, then got a armory locker and a toilet behind here. All the way around we then got a little desk to sit on, we've got another bed, and a lovely little window up the top there where we can see another turbine to generate a bit of power. Then we can bring the free camera all the way over, which I believe is this building right here. So this is it from the outside, we can see the doorway and the steps. All the way around onto this section. Then onto the opposite side where I'm currently peering outside. All the way around to there. At the very top, that's all we get. And if we were to come all the way down and underneath it, there we go. Now we'll just go and paste my character all the way over to this section. Come up to another dizzy little landing pad. Where we come up another set of yellow stairs. And here we go, it's very much like the one we saw in the distance. In fact, it might be the same one. I might be getting very confused here, but it does look identical. We've got our button panel once again for you to set up whatever you want. Coming all the way down and over to this one, this is another little landing pad. So we can fit quite a few small fighters into the section, quite a few large ships as well as the other landing pads on top of the buildings. So yes, this is going to be a very busy outpost. And then I believe we have come over to this section, so I'll bring the free camera all the way over to double check. Yes, this is like the area that we looked at the very start. We've got our batteries over there, we've got our hydrogen tanks right there. But we do have a small building here, which I did miss out. Paste my character all the way down. Hopefully I missed out this, hopefully I'm not just repeating myself. That'd be a little odd. But anyway, all the way up to here, we now come up these steps, and we come into another little habitat station, where we can close the door behind us. We've got some more shelves, we've got some more armory lockers, and we've got another window to peer outside. We've got another tower. If we were to look down, we can see the grass below us. Coming through this section, even more shelves with all the industrial stuff on it. Some more lockers. Yes, it's like a little storage area. We can put some guns in here, just in case you really need it. Also comes equipped with a basic assembler, so we can do a little bit of building in here if you put the resources in manually. And I don't think it does have a refinery in here. No, it does not. Does it have a survival kit? No, it does not. So we'll have to manually load that up if you want to use it. Bring the free camera all the way over and take a better look at this structure. So that is the entrance. Round onto the side. We have to come all the way past here. We've got a ladder to access the top there to do some maintenance work. Some great use of our interior walls. And all the way up and above, there is our wind turbine to give it a bit of power. And last but not least, here is another little tower where we could always put another decoy on for good measure. So there we go. That's like the one we saw in the distance over there. And here is another landing pad. In fact, this isn't what we looked at beforehand. We looked at O2. This is number 1, where yes, I won't go through it, but it is another large landing pad. And there we go. That is the AI Earth-like outpost, and does look bloody fantastic with how it's all been set up. But now what we can do is very quickly just come into here and find it in the spawnable version, which has all been connected up. And here we go, it's just spawned in. I won't paste it in properly, but we can see all the conveyors linking absolutely everything together. Our hydrogen tanks have all been connected up as well, which is very nice to see. And we can see a couple of guns. We're supposed to just drop it in like so. It might break a few things. I think that's actually quite high of me to drop that in. But there it is. So we did destroy, unfortunately, oh god, there goes the pillar. That sort of collapsed down a little bit. Hopefully that'll be okay. But there's all the conveyors linking absolutely everything together. And we've got to come all the way over here and try and find some of the guns. There is one of the guns right there. So we've got a Gatling gun, just to make sure we have a little bit of defense on this station. There is the hydrogen tanks. There is our conveyors all linked up together. And yes, I was just double checking to make sure it was linked up all properly. And it seems like it's good to go for survival mode. So that is pretty much it for the AI Earth-like outpost. It's a bloody fantastic outpost, especially if you use the blueprint one where it's all connected up. It's got guns ready. It could make a fantastic start to survival mode, especially if you were using the modular encounters mod, where you could have a few drones coming at you, or even just transport ships flying above. Could be a very nice start to a bit of roleplay, but that's entirely up to you. One final thing to do is of course spawn in the brand new one, and we'll see me slam it down into the other one to see what kind of wreckage we could deal. As per usual, there will be a link to both of these in the description below if you do wish to download and play around with it yourself. Highly recommend you do. And here we go. Once that spawns in, hopefully it'll land on top. Here it comes. And it's now about to fall all the way down. My poor character standing over there. And there we go. That is a nice crash, and it appears to have mushed quite nicely. Anyway, I'm having a bit too much fun with this. There'll be a link to it in the description below, like I said, and I'll be back with another video somewhat soon. Bye bye.